the Firebirds, stopping everything from the Broncos.
They've been phenomenal. They've been keeping their head on a swivel, moving back and forth all at record speed, as borrow a term from Cup. They're definitely using that boost biscuit management very, very well.
Yes. They're eating those biscuits.
Getting their fill, especially Ratio with that 100 boost biscuit themselves. As it goes from their side to the Firebirds half, and no sooner are we to being done with this game. And I feel like we've had before, another potential for an overtime. Unless we almost had one there, Jose, from Ratio, but it was hit off the post, excuse me.
And yeah, you can see that like the Firebirds are manning that goal and stopping the goals that the Broncos are getting there, and trying to save as much as they can so they can have that Game 7. They really want that Game 7.
They only need one more goal to get there potentially, and I'm also liking that they're having just a stay at net goalie, it feels like, for the Firebirds a couple times here, with Connor Smithy, as you can see on the field, staying right in their net, letting the rest of the team go forward for the Firebirds, and it's working out well so far for them, Ben.
It looks like they also have somebody in the net back on the Broncos side as well. I believe it is look like Moonlight back there. Definitely keeping the ball away from the goal. So great goalkeeping from both teams.
Oh, you talked about it there too. Wow. This has been immaculate work from both teams, Cup.
Do I hear four?
It really has. Could be another potential overtime situation.
4 OTs, 4-game comeback potentially. 4 games is all that is needed. We have 4 goals. We have all the 4s potentially.
Yeah.
Oh, so close. 30 seconds. Oh no.
Right now, there's a good possibility that they could go to overtime.
Especially with less than 12 seconds now for that overtime situation. Ratio looking for something in the corner. Goes aside again. The Firebirds desperately trying to save it back to their own end. And even though it goes to the Broncos side, something's happening.
Oh,
wow.
man.
What a clearance there at the end, though. That was a clutch clear.
Already 10 seconds into this one. I wonder if we're going to get a very long OT or if it's going to just be a quick one, ended like it was for the Firebirds in the last game.
They play like they have been this round. They definitely might take a while.
30 seconds now in overtime. Approaching on the first minute. The Broncos, you could tell that the tension is in the air for this team. They're kind of breaking down a little bit on that communication. We talked about Jose. They need to keep it together.
Yeah, I think the Broncos need to keep it together because, well, sorry, let me take that back. I think the Firebirds need to keep it together so they can tie up the series. But the Broncos, the leading scorer is going to be Ratio. So if they pass it to him, he could score the goal.
True. Oh! We almost had Cup's prophetic, just question answer that we had before on who's going to get the last goal almost come to fruition there. For Moonlight potentially getting that one, but back to the blue half it goes. A minute and a half already gone now. The Firebirds looking for the finish to force a Game 7, Ben.
I don't know how you guys do this as a job. I am stressed out beyond belief.
Oh, there
it is!
Wow!
Oh, Game 7!
Goal by the Firebirds!
This is unbelievable.
4 overtimes, 4-game potential comeback from the Firebirds. We go to Game 7. We're already on Champions Field. And this is just a great way to wrap up the PlayVS Special Olympics Unified Spring 2023 East Regional Finals for Rocket League. One final game, one final question. We'll go around, starting with Cup, then Ben, then Jose. Who is taking this one? Starting with you, Cup.
At this point, I really want to see the Firebirds take this because what a story, right? Like, this is amazing championship match.
It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. Ben, who's taking it?
My heart says the Broncos because I have to support as a fellow Hoosier, but I kind of want to see the story end. I want to see them finish their story. But the real question is, do I hear 5?
Oh, man. 5 overtimes. That would be insane. I mean, Jose, give us your final prediction here, too. We've seen the Firebirds pulling off the comeback. Will the reverse sweep train reach the station?
I think the Firebirds are going to take it.
Okay.
They need to win this championship. They, like I said, they have fires under their cars. If I would rate this right now, this game would have to be a 5 out of 5 Rocket League cars. It's a really good game.
It's been a great series so far, and we go into the final game 7 for the grand finals. Broncos versus Firebirds, the Cinderella story of the Firebirds, who seem more like phoenixes in this series, rising from the ashes to the challenge to try and take on the Broncos, the returning champions who were one step away 3 times in a row from closing out the series, but still looking to pass that finish line are the Broncos Cup. And what is the Broncos really needing here to hold things down and keep things going well for them defensively, but also on offense?
I think something that is most likely affecting them right now, and we don't talk about it in esports too much, but when you go in these long, like the 7-game series here, fatigue starts to happen because it is a lot of mental exhaustion that takes place when you're concentrating as hard as you are at this level for this long. So that could be what was affecting the Broncos here. It could be a breakdown in communication. We can't hear their comms, but whatever it is, the Firebirds seem to be capitalizing on it.
That they are throughout the past few games so far. The Firebirds have looked so strong, and Jose, you talked about it yourself, the communication, coordination, using the boost, getting some of those demos. They had a fire lit under their cars, and it seemed to be just the rocket engines that are at the back of it.
Yep, those rocket engines, that's what it takes. But also, like I said before, that communication with their teammates. I think what the Firebird team out of New York is doing, I'm pretty sure during the intermissions, they have stand up, they have like stretched out their legs, did some hand stretch muscles to get back into this game and see who can score the first goal.
Yeah, it's important to keep up and not get fatigued while you're playing these long series, and that's definitely something that their coaches will be talking to them about, making sure that they are warmed up and ready for the final game of the series here. Already at the halfway point, basically, Ben. No closer are we to crowning our champion.
I'm learning about this caster curse. I'm going to just not comment on either way. But I am actually going to echo something that Cup was saying. At one point, I had an interview with a professional esports team. And just as a member of the Special Olympics. And they did say fatigue is a real thing in these competitions. So I can honestly believe that at this point, Game 7, especially if you were expecting it, there you go, Ratio
has just scored.
Especially if you were expecting it to be over quickly, you've got to take a minute to step away from the game and relax for a second. But Ratio might have had a bit of a refresher and is ready to go.
Not cursed no more with that first goal, but they need more where that came from. off the kickoff ratio, sending it up for their teammates to the midfield, and the Firebirds now down but not out, still trying to pull off that Cinderella story reverse sweep. Jose, are they going to at least tie it up and give us our 5th overtime?
Yeah, I think the Firebirds are going to tie up and give us our 5th overtime. Yeah, they're probably going to take it to the last couple of seconds and score that goal.
Oh!
Show with the save. Speaking of Firebirds, what's everybody's favorite Firebird?
Mine would be Moltres from Pokemon.
Same here, actually.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Close
Charizard's
second
also
to
a solid one.
I'll say close second to a Magma Phoenix from MTG. I had fun with that
nice.
card.
My favorite is a 1975 Pontiac Firebird, and there's the tie-up.
Talk about our favorite
From-
Firebirds, and then the Firebirds pull it off.
Yep.
Speaking of our favorite Firebird on offense, too.
Now,
Right.
the DJ Fisherman bowler baseball player, Bassmaster, Basemaster.
Baller. As the announcer in the arena says, though, 60 seconds left on the clock, a little less than that now for either of these teams to be crowned the champions. And the Firebirds looking to pull off that full reverse sweep. They've been going through the paces and the motions necessary to get there all the way to a Game 7. The Broncos have always been one goal away from reclaiming their title as the champions of the Eastern region. For the Special Olympics Unified Spring at 2023 here. And there's almost less than 30 seconds. Here's Jose. You don't get it.
Oh, come on now.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
All right, anything can happen.
Time
Probably
ticking
could take
down.
us to, overtime here.
As you mentioned, Jose, almost an overtime situation if it touches ground without going into the back of the net in these next few seconds. In the air it is for the Broncos, looking for something. Brand tries to keep it away into the other half, and it touches down for OT number 5, Ben.
I heard 5. Here we go.
You called it. Oh.
That was a huge demo there at the end for the Firebirds.
Those demos have been crucial so far this game. And so has the defense.
Oh, Indiana pulls it off. Great job, Broncos. But Firebirds, they did fantastic. They shouldn't be upset at all. They did. That Cinderella story is definitely one for the books. That was great. Great job on the Broncos. Great job on the Firebirds. It was fantastic.
And who else to set it up, Cup? But Moonlight, as you saw there, denied by that crossbar that was adjusted a little bit. Would have been their goal too. You almost got it.
Oh my goodness! What a I can't handle it. I can't. Jose, take over. I can't do.
Well, it was a great series.
Yes.
Like Ben said, both of them did really, really good job. But at the ultimate, the Broncos won out of Indiana. They're our champions. Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, not much more we need to say about that. Got the back-to-back victories. Were able to pull it off at the end. One goal, as we talked about, was needed for them to get that victory. And what a finish it was. Game 7 OT, we had 5 out of 7 games go to overtime, which was insane to think about as well. But we also have to think about our next series that we have after this one, which is going to be the Central Region Rocket League Final. So we're going to be taking a quick break, and then after that, we'll get locked and loaded and ready to start your engines for that next series after this break.
There's just something about Unified that connects everyone together. It's something that people just bond over really easily. Everyone kind of knows everyone in the school now.
Regardless of Dominic's ability or diagnosis or anything like that, no one considers that. It has nothing to do with who he is. He is just truly the nicest person and most caring person I've ever met in my entire life. And Dominic is just really a good friend to me.
What are you doing this weekend, Dom? Is it time for another Chocolate Cabana trip? Maybe we can bring Isaac along.
But you need to ask my mom.
All right.
What I feel when I'm with Dominic, I want everyone to feel.
Sports brings people together. I get on the court with people I don't even know, and we just click. I couldn't wait until 4 o'clock to see all them. Those guys are like really my friends.
Cole, you hit or miss, man. You either can't nobody guard you, or you gonna miss every layup you take. How that work? So I see y'all in a whole second. These are bonds that can never be broken, you know, because like these are my friends at the end of the day, regardless of, you know, the Unified or Special Olympics, like they're my friends, and I can honestly say that.
The East is finished. Now we are here for the Central Region Finals for the PlayVS Special Olympics Unified Spring 2023 Rocket League coverage here on the channel. I'm Vaudible. We got a couple of robots, Ben and Jose. We just had a insane 7-game series that went all the way to an overtime, 5 overtimes. I mean, Ben, I know you're probably happy that your state did you proud during that series there.
Absolutely. They did fantastic, but I'm also super proud of the Firebirds. They did great. I was talking with with Brand's father, in the Twitch chat, and no, they have nothing to be ashamed of. They did fantastic.
Great work, great goals, great competition. Jose, are we expecting even more competition here for the Central region?
Yeah, I think for the Central region, I think we're gonna probably take it for Game 7. It's gonna probably be the same thing as
Might as well. All Game 7s all the way. We talked about it during the break before coming back. Cup, all gas, no brakes. That's what we like to see for these series.
Absolutely, and we have some talented young players here. We have on Arizona, the Ironwood Unified. We have two. Actually, we're across the board. We have a freshman, a junior, and a sophomore.
Ooh.
Against Texas's. Looks like we have a sophomore, two juniors, and a senior on the roster there. Really excited to see these players. Some coming in new, some on their way out, graduating soon. It's just laying it all on the table, leaving it all on the table, I should say.
Or on the field, as we are getting on to now. We have Friendship versus Ironwood facing off against each other. Friendship, RLC Unified, and Ironwood Unified against each other here. I believe one from Arizona and one of them from Texas. I'm not mistaken there, so
yes,
nice central representation.
And Friendship is from Texas.
Also love Aragon Lopez. Reminds me of the Lord of the Rings movies, and another Lopez, AJ Lopez. I wonder if they are siblings, as they are going strong on this one for the first goal.
Yeah, I think Ironwood is gonna probably score a lot of goals.
Aragon are aspiring game designer and software developer.
Wow. In game design, playing video games competitively, there's a lot of people that get into it that way, and here we go. Getting into it for Friendship is the first goal for Lido.
Already wasting no time. Less than a minute, and we have 2 goals on the board.
I absolutely love the Ecto 1 car. That just made me very happy as a nerd.
It's great to see all like these different cars. The one that was mained the most during like professional competition back in the day was the Batmobile, like the OG one that they had in like the Dark Knight, I think it was. There's a player called Cooksier that used that car all the time and popularized it, but now it's kind of gone by the wayside. There hasn't been many people using the cars apart from like the Dominus, the Fennec, which is more like the boxy one you typically see, and the Octane that you see here as well.
I've always been quite partial to the DeLorean.
Ah, that's a fun one. Jose, I know you like casting Rocket League. What's your favorite car that you've seen so far?
The favorite car that I've seen so far would have to be the Ghostbusters one. But
oh yeah,
a fun fact: when I play Rocket League, I do the Dark Knight car.
Nice. Yeah, that one's always a fun one to use too. It's always cool to see those different collaborations that go on as well. But Reggie looking for something themselves on offense for Ironwood. We talked about this series just being all gas, no brakes, and so far it has been, Cup, with both goals early on and 3 minutes remaining with still tied 1-1.
Yeah, just a little scrap in the middle of the field there with the occasional poke out towards goal, but it seems evenly matched so far. Teams still feeling each other out. Boost biscuits are being served.
Halfway into this game, too, after eating their fill of Boost Biscuits, both teams are re-energized to try and close things out for their team. Looking for any opportunity to get the goals here. We got Reggie, we got the Lopez duo that we see here, and AJ getting this one for Ironwood. Very quick one there, Jose.
Yeah, like Ironwood really talking really well with each other.
The fact that AJ is only
pro gamer. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying that AJ is an aspiring pro gamer.
Ooh.
Say, and the fact that he's only a freshman means we could see big things over the years from him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, crazy work that's been done so far from all these players, putting their pedal to the metal and, you know, putting their aspirations out on the field for game development. It's important to know the different mechanics in a game and know how to test them to the utmost capabilities that we've seen so far, but also professional gameplay. I mean, we've been seeing it from both these teams, but Ironwood with Aragon and AJ, they are the main striking force for this team.
Ironwood was PlayVS' first national championship team.
Oh, wow.
They were also recently recognized as being a National Unified Champion school by Special Olympics. So they've got a lot to prove in this tournament.
A lot to prove. And they're doing it in loads so far in game at number 1. Friendship looking for something. And we talked about what the Firebirds needed in the last series. Jose, what does Friendship need now?
Friendship needs now play a little bit more often. Because they are playing good defense.
As you mentioned, the defense has been on lock for this team. They just need to not be afraid of any ghosts, and then they will take on the competition in the world.
Nothing against their school, but less more aggression. Let's go, guys.
I think you can accomplish both, Bill, especially with the way we've been seeing these teams coordinate so far. In less than 20 seconds, Ironwood looking to close out game number 1 with the advantage, but as we saw as evidence from the last series, that's not going to be easy to claim the title of champion. As it goes the other direction, doesn't go in for that last goal somehow.
That's shrunken goal again.
That pesky shrunken goal.
There we go. Ironwood 3, Friendship 1. Looking out for the next games in this series. Got to see what Friendship can do to bounce back themselves, Cup. I mean, they've looked solid. They got an early goal for themselves. They just couldn't really do too much against Aragon and AJ, it felt like.
They have all the ingredients that they need. Just couldn't make it happen that time. I have a feeling they're going to come back and answer right away, though. I don't think they don't seem shaken.
No,
maybe they've stirred up some competition.
So this could easily go to a game 7. I have a pretty good feeling.
Oh, he's calling the game 7. He's calling the game 7.
Another
right
game
now.
7.
Yeah.
How many overtimes though?
That is a good question. I don't think we'll have as many overtimes here. Yeah, 4. That is less, so that works.
I might have to pick out one of my die and roll a dice to figure that one out.
I mean, yeah. You just roll a d8 and then just subtract the 1. Well, here we go into game number 2. Ironwood looking for a repeat performance from game number 1, trying to see what they can do as well. Friendship. They now are on the back heel, need to bounce back themselves. An early goal would help that a lot, and they can almost get it. There we go.
Goal by Friendship.
The Friendship Coast has said that Lido is the rock of the team.
Ooh, okay.
He's been a part of the team for 2 semesters and is one of the most consistent players that they've ever met.
There we go. It's always good to have someone you can rely on.
Copeland.
We got a birthday girl in on the roster now for Friendship. I believe Friendship are having some of their players sub in and out between these different games, so you'll see some different faces here and there. That is why with Lido, as we talked about, the reliable and real only one now coming in to see what they could do as well with Team Friendship on the field.
Yeah, I think
this is a floater.
I think substitution's a good way to do it because then you get fresh players in all the time, and you're always gonna have new players playing in the Rocket League arena.
Very true, very true. Important to give everyone a chance here, but also keep everyone fresh and as energized as they can be each game. If something didn't work with one rotation in the previous game, you could change up the rotation for the next one, and hopefully it'll work better that time. And so what's nice about having those bigger rosters, too, is that you can have that as an opportunity.
It also gives a chance for different play styles to get thrown out there, because if you get used to having a set of 3 players that you can figure out their play style, oh, suddenly they switch someone new in, how are they going to play? It could change up a lot.
That's very true. As we see it go down here yet again. Ironwood looking for their tying goal. Friendship trying to do something, but already at the halfway point of this game, and this roster change-up for Friendship's working out well enough for them. Lido got that first goal. They've been doing well on defense. And Cop, what are we missing from Ironwood? Oh, defense!
Hey, there it is.
Defense. Yes, the birthday girl is a senior. Just put that that goal in. Great that Coach Copeland has given everybody a rotation to get everybody into play on this series. Let's see what Ironwood can do here.
Apparently, Birthday has also put out an album, so they're a musician.
Yeah.
So that is very, very impressive. I think if I was to sing it, I might shatter every window in my house. So, it's another goal from Friendship.
They're getting on a roll. They're finding the groove here.
Friendship RLC Unified are the ones that came from Texas. And nice to see that they are able to have a rootin' tootin' good time on offense so far.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
See, last time the Firebirds, like the Phoenix rising from the ashes, that was great.
I got to mix it up every once in a while. Got to keep people on their toes. And everything's bigger in Texas, and so is the offense from what we've seen, you could say as well.
It's a little better.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm workshopping it.
We're going to have this. If this goes to the Game 7, it's going to have it perfected.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. It took till Game 7 for the last one, so we'll get there eventually. But I mean, Jose, there we go. Break it down for us.
Goal by Ironwood. There's still time in this game, so anything can happen.
That's true.
It's a great goal animation.
Oh yeah, I love it. 1:20 on the clock now, and still a chance for Ironwood. But I'm liking the rotations from Friendship here, Ben, because they're keeping like 2 players back we talked about before, sending one person up at a time. They know they have the lead, so they don't have to overextend themselves.
Exactly. This definitely is, and they also have somebody constantly rotating in and out, so it keeps the offense fresh. It keeps Ironwood definitely on their toes. There is a score from Birthday.
He's back.
I can only imagine this senior definitely wants to go out with a win under his belt.
Oh yeah,
on his way out the door.
Absolutely. And I did just notice Ironwood does have a car with sunglasses on it.
There we go.
This is the what
they
we
wear their
came here to
sunglasses
see.
at night.
And of course, it's AJ.
Got to be cool, calm, and collected while you're playing some Rocket League out there on the field. And I mean, that's what they'll need to be in that next game, because with 30 seconds remaining, 3 goals looming over top of Ironwood, and them having to be on defense for the majority of this game, it's been a difficult struggle for them specifically, because they've looked so good in that last one. I just don't think they were expecting the change in the play style that we were talking about. And now looking ahead with 10 seconds remaining, they had a chance for a goal, but they missed it, Jose.
Yeah, they missed it because, of course, or they might. Oh,
Wow, that's.
they were gonna score a goal right there.
It must have been just an inch in front of the line.
So close, yet so far. Well, nice to see with the subbing of a birthday girl getting the goal there twice. And then Lido before being that stalwart line, the old reliable for Friendship, which is great to see. And it's also great to see that there's a high school called Friendship, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Ironwood just reminds me of trying to get that kind of set in Animal Crossing when it first came out on the Switch a couple years ago. And it was so difficult to find all the ingredients and the recipes for that. If you ever played any Animal Crossing on the Switch, you know what I'm talking about in the chat. But regardless, we got to talk about this series and build ourselves up into this next game. This Friendship have tied it up 1-1. Ironwood are now trying to see what they can do to bounce back. And Jose, what do they need to do to bounce back?
Well, one of the things they need to do is for them to communicate, like we've talked in the previous games that we've seen, because communication's the key to bounce back and tie up the games.
That's very true. Keep that communication going and do all that they need to get this next game win, get the advantage back in their favor, and go into Game 3 re-energized against Friendship. Friendship, I believe, again, changing up their rotation a bit, and it worked out well again.
Goal!
Almost
Castami.
immediate, too.
Yeah.
6'4", the newest player on the team. Also a sophomore.
I like how Friendship keeps everything fresh. So they're subbing in new players. So with Ironwood, they don't know what's going on because they keep subbing new players. So everything's new to them.
Very true. They
Immediate
changed it up though with
response.
that kickoff, yeah.
I have a feeling they're going to be trading victories back and forth.
Oh, yeah. A lot different
This'll
than the
be a
last
good one.
series.
Yeah.
More hotly contested, even though we did have a Firebird team. It was just a 3-0, but very close, and then all the way almost a reverse sweep, just ended at the finish line. Now we get to see it just be toe-to-toe, like a tug-of-war between these two teams, it feels like here, Ben.
Oh, absolutely. Like, you either are going to have
just another by Friendship.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Great goal by Friendship. Can't even get a thought out. These goals are happening so quickly.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful coordination from these teams, and the demos coming out in the midfield. Speaking of those, we haven't seen too many in this goal here, Jose.
Wow. I think Birthday Girl said, "Hey, my team has to redeem themselves, so I have to score this fourth goal."
Wow.
They got to get themselves a nice, comfortable buffer, so if they do end up making some mistakes, they can they have a bit of a chance to recover from them.
That's true, and we almost see an opportunity here for a finish. So close for the save, but it's all for naught, Cup.
Oh, AJ back at it again. This almost looked like an own goal. I just had to see the replay. Oh, it was just barely missed.
Barely.
I love it. I love it. We at this point we could see like a 15-14 score in this game.
Pretty much.
Now
How
I need
close
to see
it's been.
double digits.
We're getting
They almost gave you what you asked for.
It would be the first time a team had 2 goals in at least this game specifically, but a 2-goal advantage, that is. They don't want to make it that easy. Ironwood is trying to keep themselves stalwart at best defensively and keep it away from Friendship, who have all the power necessary, it feels like, on offense to get this victory.
I think we need to start thinking about sport movie directors that we know and that we like to direct the movie that will be made of these 4 teams today.
I wish I knew more about directors.
Spielberg, get Spielberg on the phone.
I was thinking more along the lines of Ron Howard, but that works too.
Definitely is. I couldn't think of anybody else.
Just imagine a Wes Anderson film.
Hey, there we go, Friendship.
Oh, Wes Anderson film. Rocket League by Wes Anderson.
Excited for that new film that's coming out soon, though. But regardless, about the Rocket League that is going on in front of us, we only have had 2 minutes and 7 seconds go by, and we've had 6 goals here, Jose. Are we expecting to get to 10 goals total in this game?
We're probably gonna get to like 7 goals total in
That's
this
fair.
game. Because just with the time constraint that we have in the second game right now.
Hadn't looked
We're
up at the
finally
clock.
at the halfway point, too.
I hadn't looked up at the clock until you said something.
Oh.
I thought we were a lot closer to the end. Holy cow.
Well, we're closer to a tied game and our first of, like we talked about, potentially 4 overtimes, depending on how things go. It's approaching that point in time, and we do have the 7 goals as well.
And for the record, I did roll my D8, and it came out a 5, so 5 minus 1, there's your 4.
Wow, it's fate at this point. Even without overtimes, though, we've had our fill of goals so far in this series. It's felt like high-flying games, as close as can be. All the skill and coordination you would like to see as well. Casadami looking for something too, but really needs boost more than anything else to get out of the Friendship half. And there's a great center, but nobody's there on the follow-up.
Fortunately, a bit of miscommunication there, I think. Had a perfect setup, but there was no one up there to finish it.
Oh, so true. There's another opportunity here. It's not going to happen. Jose, talk to me about the defensive Ironwood that almost was broken.
Yeah. Ironwood's playing really good defense. They don't want to see another goal score on them. They probably want to score another goal on Friendship.
That's true. Want to make that OT come to fruition. I feel like Birthday's been like the biggest change maker on this Friendship roster since they've came in game number 2. They've gotten, well, I think it was like 2 or 3 goals in the last one, 2 already in this one. Doing a lot as the senior representing Friendship High School. It's great to see that they have that experience on the blue side of the field here. But 30 seconds, will that experience be enough to push them into the lead as they were down from that first game and looking to hold on here, Cup?
Yeah, Birthday is definitely sick on the sticks. And the pressure's on Ironwood right now. Communication has obviously been great from them. They meet every week, not just to practice, but to just socialize and hang out and get to know each other. And I think that has to be incredibly valuable for the teamwork that we're seeing from them here today.
And there it goes, down to the ground yet again. In Friendship, 2 back-to-back, need 2 more to pull off the victory. What we like to call a spaceman sweep speaking of Spaceman, because he coined the term in Rocket League, if you give up a game and then you win the next few, that's a Spaceman sweep, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, if
Add
we
that
see
to
that,
the
I
list
might
of
have to.
new terms.
We see that, I might have to tweet him out about that.
Exactly. He'll be proud to know that we got to witness one of those if Friendship do come out with the victory. But talk about Ironwood here, Jose. I mean, we need a little bit more from them. Who exactly do you want to see pop off in this next game?
The exact player I would want to see would have to be. There's so many.
I know. There's Aragon. There's AJ. We got a dragon on their side too.
Yeah.
Hard to know exactly who it's going to be. It's a tough one to know as we're only in game number 4, but I feel like all 3 of those players can pop off, Jose.
Yeah, anybody can score the next goal for Ironwood. And any of those 3 players look really, really good to be scoring the next goal in the next few minutes.
AJ looking for something themselves, and there it goes. Friendship with the first goal yet again here, Ben.
Do it. Down to a science. Like it's almost like they're not trying.
This seemed fairly effortless with the grace with which they move around the field. Look at this.
I mean, they're floating
Beavers
like
touches.
butterflies and stinging like beavers on offense. That's what you like to see.
You say sting like beavers?
Beavers.
Yeah, that's the saying. That's the saying.
Sting like beavers? Got it.
Yeah. It
Or
makes
did you
no
say
sense.
sting like beavers, as in Justin Bieber?
Yes. Sing like beavers. Fun fact, he's from my hometown.
You know him?
No. He left before I moved there. But, you know, still pretty funny. Either way, a fun fact would be Ironwood, this is the longest they have gone without a goal as well. Maybe not so fun for themselves, but they want to change that fact, make it a possibility for them to score. AJ does
Oh,
it!
AJ! Wow.
Wow. What did you just look at how he runs it up the wall here. Little bounce, gets in front of it. Great goal.
Just passes it to himself.
Perfection. Pats them on the back after a job well done. The job's not over here. And it goes the other direction again. And
Wow,
who else for
birthday
birthday,
girl.
Jose?
Yeah.
We really didn't have a chance to talk about MVPs in the last series, but it probably was Ratio. Jose, would you say Birthday is shaping up to be the MVP here for Friendship?
Yeah, I think Birthday is shaping up to be a good MVP because, of course, as we see that he's carrying the team.
Well, 3 minutes to go. Looking for that 3rd game victory to get one step closer to the Spaceman sweep for Team Friendship. As Ironwood are still down but not out. They got the first game. They've looked pretty solid for the most part. But the rotations of the rosters of Friendship has just caught them off guard a bit too much.
Ooh, great little touch there.
How's it out?
Just the slightest touch there knocked it off course.
Wow. Unbelievable to see the goal not go in there, but if you're a fan of Ironwood out of Arizona, you know that they are counting their lucky stars. You know the stars are in Texas. I'm sorry.
Man, I know I'm usually the one known for cringe, but
Wait, but don't they have cactus in Arizona?
That they do.
They do.
hey, there's a birthday. Goal by birthday. What is that? Is that a hat trick for them?
That or it's at
Yeah.
least 2 goals.
I wonder if Friendship wins the championship, if they're gonna have a birthday cake to celebrate.
That would just be perfect with some stars as sprinkles on top.
That's right.
Or star-shaped cake
and everything. Hey, there you go. Yeah. That's true.
Oh, right there.
Oh, wow. What happened there, Ben?
I think there might have been a bit of a communication breakdown from Ironwood. Somebody probably called, "Oh, I've got the save," and didn't see Kastami come out of nowhere.
Less than a minute and 30 now for Ironwood to pull off 3 goals. It's definitely possible, but with the way Birthday Girl has been performing, 2 goals, 3 shots, 2 assists, and 2 saves. An MVP-like performance nonetheless, but everyone on Team Friendship doing the most that they can to try and get the Spaceman sweep. Oh, patience didn't pull off, or didn't come out to fruition for Friendship there. As we saw, they were so close to getting goal number 5 there, Cup.
Yeah, that was a big stop for Ironwood there. There you go. There's another goal from AJ. Hopefully that puts a little bit more wind in their sails. They might be starting to get in their own heads a little bit here. You can see they're rushing a little bit more than they were in the previous couple of games, and Friendship is still practicing a lot of patience and having more calculated shots on goal.
Less than 40 now. Friendship trying to do what they can to hold on to this lead, but Ironwood, they are knocking at the door and trying to be let in like a vampire that needs permission.
Yes.
They just need to go for some demos instead.
At this point, giving themselves a 3-2 car advantage would definitely, even for the few seconds that it is, could potentially be a big game changer. Oh, there we go, off the crossbar.
Jose, what happened there?
There's no deke by Ironwood.
Not just that, though, the crazy mechanics that we got to see from Friendship for that final goal. And I think that was goal number 3 we alluded to a little bit earlier on. And now it will be Friendship, 1 away from claiming the title as the Central Region champions for the PlayVS Spring Unified Competition Special Olympics for Rocket League. But wow, I mean, I'm speechless after that last goal. That was great work from those teams. And Ben, I mean, Ironwood, they've had it in them. They had it in them in the first game. What are we missing from them in these last few?
Honestly, I think they have it. Like Cup said, they are getting inside their own head. Unfortunately, when you're behind like this, it's hard to keep focused, keep going. They just got to remember, hey, we deserve to be here. We've earned getting here. So let's close it out. Let's start that Cinderella story.
Very true. Let's see if they can start that Cinderella story. Not exactly the same way as the last one, because they already have a game in their favor. But they are trying to put the pedal to the metal and maybe put car to other car for a demo, which would be huge for them to take their opponents off the field. Just a little bit of time for them to get things going well enough for that opening goal. And speaking of, another one here for Friendship. All 3 players there, Jose, coming together, using the power of friendship for victory.
Yeah, and using the power of friendship and using the power of teamwork for victory, because they all follow each other.
Less than 5 minutes now for Friendship to hold on with this 1-goal lead, and they will be crowned the victors, but Ironwood might have something to say about it themselves. Into the corner it goes again. And still more opportunities for Ironwood to now break out in these counterattacks. We haven't seen many of those counterattacks, Cup.
We have not. The goals have all been either on face-offs or just a breakaway. It's interesting to see the difference in play styles between these two teams and the previous two teams that we just saw.
Much lower scoring game than we are used to seeing here, Jose, and it's been so close between these two teams. Ironwood, we need something from them offensively, but defense is just giving up there again.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it's been a low scoring game, but it's been an even. Both teams are really even with each other.
That they are.
That was amazing.
Mention a cup, amazing shot.
Man.
That's another great goal explosion. That's another way you can customize your cars in this game. There's like goal explosions, engine sounds. You can sound like a lawnmower, which annoys people a little bit. There are the boost trails. There are the trails that you have when you're going fast. I forget what those are called because I haven't looked at those very often. There's the toppers. There's antennas you can use too. I mean, there's so many different ways to customize your car in the game itself. But Friendship, I mean, they've customized their roster, and it seems like this is the roster they're sticking with for this potential final game, and it's been working out well for them.
Well, this has been a fantastic playthrough. I think they're playing a little bit more defensively, not being as openly aggressive due to the fact that they just have to ride the clock at this point.
There we go. Riding it down to the halfway point of this game, and the first goal coming out from Real, only one. Nice to see them get involved too.
Well done, well done, well done.
Does that mean everybody on the Friendship team scored a goal at this point?
Yeah, it looks like everybody on the Friendship has scored a goal.
That they have in this game and in this series now. Nice to see the way they have been playing, and what a goal there from Lido.
Wow.
What happened, Jose?
Right off the face-off. That's a pretty nice goal.
Demo. Crazy.
Only one is an aspiring software developer and really excels at digital art.
Wow. Nice to see.
My fellow artists.
I mean, we've basically seen art on the field here with the way Friendship has been playing. And a 4-0 lead with 2 minutes and a little less than 15 seconds remaining. Pretty much set in stone, but still potential for Ironwood. But Ben, I mean, this is the most dominant game we've seen from Friendship so far.
Absolutely. I think at this point, unfortunately, Ironwood might be a little bit flustered. And Friendship is definitely taking advantage of it.
Time just ticking down. Ironwood, the best thing they could do for themselves, motivation-wise, is to get a goal going. Just got to stay on the field long enough and not get demoed, avoid those as best as possible. It's not for a lack of trying. Friendship, they have had everything working out well for them, Jose, in this potential final game.
Yeah, I agree. Everything's going well for Friendship. But Ironwood just needs to score at least one goal to keep their momentum going. But right now, I think Friendship's going to take the championship.
Little under a minute and a half cup. Do we see more signs of life from Ironwood, or is this the best that they have been able to put up? And it's been a great showing so far, but they might just be tired out from this long series.
Yeah, the little misjudgments that you're seeing there. The last attack that they had could have been a goal if they had somebody on the other side waiting for the follow-up, or just there to follow up, get that rebound. A little missed opportunity there. Just little things like that is what's making the difference here in this series.
Well, stellar showing nonetheless, and the last 30 seconds ticking down. Friendship trying to see if they can maybe get one for the road, as they, with things as they stand, might be your champions. We almost could have had a potential for a goal, but with less than 15 seconds now and 4 goals needing to be scored, mathematically it is not possible for Ironwood to bounce back. So Friendship will be your champions for the Central region. What a victory this has been, Ben.
Oh, absolutely. And once again, just like with the Firebirds, Ironwood, you have nothing to be ashamed of. You had a fantastic game, and it was a great series. But unfortunately, Friendship did have a bit of a they wanted it a little bit more.
That's true. That's true. But Jose, we did get that Spaceman sweep at the end of the series. It's great to see the way things are going. And also great to commentate with both of you. You have been trained very well.
Yeah, once again, thank you for having us. And it's great to meet both of you also. Yes, and we saw that we got that sweep. Friendship, congratulations. But I can't wait for next year to see Ironwood back in the arena. I think you're gonna come back stronger than ever, and probably with bigger and better teammates and better cars.
Very true. Better cars, better coordination, and a better car ball. And it's been a great show so far, Cup. Any final words from you before we send things away and get ready for the next game that's on the docket for PlayVS?
I just want to say thank you and great job to Ben and Jose. It was great casting with you. I'm excited for the next time. And we have more esports action coming at you next with Hearthstone for the first time on the broadcast. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. I believe they're going to have to reset things a little bit and get a delay up just so that they don't spoil any of the decks that are going on for that. So there'll be like a 5-minute delay going on, and then Hearthstone will be going. But thank you, Jose. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Cup. And thank you all the competitors today for tuning in to the regional finals for Central and East for PlayVS Special Olympics Unified Spring 2023 for Rocket League. I've been Vaudable, had our lovely casters, our lovely competitors. We'll see you on the next one.